All right. Good afternoon, everyone. And this is Hiram Figueroa from LinkedIn Perspective. And I have a special guest, Miss Onyx Cole. And Miss Onyx Cole has been able to spend a little bit of quality time. But first off, if you like this segment of LinkedIn Perspective, share it, like it, tag it, subscribe to the YouTube channel of LinkedIn Perspective Live, and hit the like button and copy the link. So on this Friday, I have Miss Onyx Cole, who's basking in the sun in Florida, and we're in California. And I'm looking forward to having a conversation with her because this woman is not only an intelligent, athletic woman, but has been able to have a niche and explanatory version of how to do business. So, without further ado, Miss Onyx Cole, you have the floor. So, please introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself, and then we can go from there. Okay.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for inviting me on. As you said, my name is Onyx Cole. I'm a 56-year-old single mother, and I live in South Florida. And it's been another beautiful day here. We've had some serious rain, but today we didn't have any rain, which is good.
So, Onyx, let's get to the heart of it, right? More or less, tell us how you've been able to be successful, or where did you get to this point to develop yourself, and just tell us of what you do and how you're willing to help people like myself and utilizing this LinkedIn platform, because now with all the successful people that we have, professional people, this is going to be digitally recorded. People are going to know your name, that people are going to want to reach out, but at the same time, it gives everybody an opportunity to see what's going on. But without further ado, just let's get into it, right? Because I want to manage my time and respect your time as well.
Sure. So I have been an entrepreneur all of my life. But the truth is, I didn't find real success, like millions and millions and millions of dollars, until I found an industry called network marketing. And it's fascinating to me when I look back because I didn't find network marketing till I was maybe 39 or 40 years old. And I had been looking for residual income. I was living in New Zealand, and I went to Australia and I saw Anthony Robbins speak for the first time. And he was speaking about residual income. I'm in my late 20s. I'm scratching my head going, how's a girl like me going to earn residual income? And of course, people were offering me network marketing opportunities. And I was like, no, get away from me. I don't want to have anything to do with it. Fast forward many years later, I was introduced to a network marketing opportunity. And I finally sat and looked at it for myself instead of letting my friends and family, people who were not paying my mortgage, make a decision for me. And so as it turned out, I sat down, I saw my first presentation, I scratched in my head, I'm like, wait a minute, you can't make money in this industry unless you help other people make money? And the people presenting were like, yes, Onyx. I'm like, well, that's not like traditional business. In traditional business, you have to walk over other people in order for you to be able to make more money. In this business, it's totally different. The other thing I found is that, well, really two more things. One, for the first time in my life, I had a roadmap. And the roadmap for me was the compensation plan. Because when I was building a business as an entrepreneur, I never had a roadmap. I didn't know what I was doing or where I was doing it. I was making the next best decision and the next best decision. But when I finally said yes to network marketing, I got a compensation plan and it said, you do this, you do this, you do this, and you get that. You do this, you do this. I'm like, a roadmap. Now I know what I need to do. It was absolutely amazing. And then the other thing that was really a blessing for me is that in this kind of opportunity, people share their success secrets. So if I own let's say a real estate company in a shopping center, and it may be a very successful company, a multi-million-dollar real estate company, and two doors down, a brand new real estate company moves in. How many of you actually think I'm going to go two doors down, knock on their door and say, I want to tell you every secret that I have created in order to create this very successful real estate company? It doesn't happen. But in network marketing, it's completely different because you succeed by helping other people succeed. So when I finally looked at the industry and realized what I've been running from, I thought, wow, I wish I would have looked at this when I was 20 instead of when I was 40. But nonetheless, I'm really grateful that I looked at the industry because it changed the trajectory of my life, of my children's lives, and then many people who said yes in my organizations.
So, I've always heard, and this is just my perspective, right? You found a way of network marketing. For me, always has been like stay away from network marketing. And so, can you explain to the audience what's the myth about not being afraid of network marketing? You've been successful. You know, you can share your success story and just dismiss the myths of network marketing, and because you have the talents and success for that.
So I don't know why it started, but I went to college. I paid for myself to go to college, and it took me 6 years to graduate. But I graduated, and I did all of this hoping I'd be able to get a job for maybe $60,000-$70,000 a year. Well, in network marketing, one of the things that I learned, besides the few things that we've already talked about, is that there is no glass ceiling. So if you want to make, $200 a week or $500 a week or $1,000 a week or $5,000 a week or $10,000 a week or $20,000 a week or $30,000 a week, how many of you can imagine making $30,000 a week? That's available if you pick the right company, the right product at the right time. Now, the thing that I didn't understand is that I thought you had to go to work and get a good job. We've all been programmed like that. And what I finally figured out was, wait a minute, if I build a network marketing business and I consistently and persistently work my business and I do the right activities, money-making activities, I find a company that's in momentum, I join the right team, I can change my life and the life of my children, the people around me, and we can do good in the world, not just with better health, but also with better wealth. So again, I was letting the collective, which in this case would have been my friends and family, make decisions for me instead of me making a decision for myself. And when I finally looked at this opportunity, I was like, this is crazy. This is so much better than corporate America. What the heck have I been running from? What have I been afraid of? Why was I so closed-minded I wouldn't even look? It's a fascinating conversation to me. And I don't know the reason why. I'm just grateful that the babysitter's parents came and knocked on my door and knocked on my door and knocked on my door. And it took them 5 times of inviting me before I actually sat and looked. And once I did sit and look, I was like, okay, I'm in.
So when did you have a major breakthrough on that? I mean, we talk about it. You're like the typical person that says, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. With all the life challenges that you've had, right, in your personal life, what was the decision factor? What was the straw that broke the camel's back?
The reason that I said yes for me, which will be different for everyone, but I think the reason that I said yes is that I recognized that I wasn't going to make money unless I helped other people make money. And I really, really aligned with this. So it made complete sense to me. The first time that I did network marketing, it was a juice company. And as it turned out, the United States of America was going into a recession. And we did $1 billion in sales in the first 3.5 years. And the really interesting thing about that is when you're in a network marketing company and you do whatever amount of money, whether it's 100 million or 200 million or 400 million or 800 million or $1 billion in sales, they typically pay out 50 to 60% in compensation. So you'll watch, if the company does $1 billion annually, they'll pay out 500 or $600 million in commissions to regular people like you and me. And so I watched my life change. I watched the lives of my friends and family change. I watched the lives of strangers who were originally strangers who ended up becoming friends because there were people that were in my business. I watched their lives change. And so fast forward, I ended up selling that organization because it is a regular business and you can actually sell it. I retired in November of 2012, and I came back in the industry in the last day of July 2019. I was not expecting to come back in the industry, but I had a girlfriend call me about a product that I could not say no to. I knew that an empire could be built with this amazing little product. And so I said yes, and bam, here it comes again, because that momentum we're in full momentum now. We have an amazing, what I would call a hero product. And I'm seeing regular people earning, 3 figures, 4 figures, 5 figures, 6 figures, even 7 figures in under 3 years. So it's beautiful to watch.
So a lot of people, like I had a comment, I just put it out that this is a sales pitch, I'm out. As we talked about prior to the screen, right? We need to have people that want to be in there, they want it. We can't always please everybody. If we're going to do that, we're going to sell ice cream. Here you go. Here's an ice cream scoop for this. You want this, you want this. But a lot of people have to understand that I'm myself, why we're on this today is that a product that you were able to advocate as well, but I'm utilizing and I'm giving a testimony because I have combat PTSD. I have CPTSD. I have physical ailments. And I spoke to one of my good friends, David Diaz, and then James O'Brien, and then Jerry Betterman, that, hey, this thing works, for me. And I normally don't put it out there, right? And people are kind of like off the cuff because I normally focus on veteran advocacy as well. But this is a product that is very simple. So I'd like you to enlighten people on that, of what
a
this
little bit about the product. Yes. So that's what it looks like. It looks like it's really unimpressive. It looks like a little round Band-Aid. It's made with organic crystals. David Schmidt is the founder, the owner, of the CEO, and he basically grows crystals in the lab. He infuses them with a frequency. The frequency, he's got 120 patents. He's got 80 scientific studies, and he infuses them with the frequency, and the frequency tells the body to make GHK copper peptide or elevate GHK copper peptide. Now, when I got here, I didn't know what that was, so I Googled it, and I found it was the holy grail of anti-aging. GHK copper peptide will reset 3,000 to 4,000 of your genes to a younger, more youthful state, and it will elevate or activate your body's own stem cells. So stem cells we need for everything. They are your brain, they are your liver, they are your kidneys, they are your muscles, they are your eyes, they're in everything. They're your hair, they're everything. So what I've seen with this product is it allows the body to heal itself. Now, it sounds really far out, but it's a lot like the sun. So when we stand in the sun sends a frequency to the skin that says make vitamin D, and your body manufactures vitamin D. This is exactly the same thing, except it's done with a little patch. So you wear the patch for 12 hours on, take it off, throw it away, rest and rejuvenate, and then put a new patch on the following day. I tell everybody, put it next to the toothbrush when you brush your teeth in the morning, and then when you brush your teeth at night, take it off, throw it away, and wait for the 12 hours, and you brush your teeth the next morning, put the new patch on. It's affordable. It's $99 a month. I don't know anybody that isn't interested in activating their own stem cells. We've all seen, Tony Robbins got a huge book out right now all about stem cells, but who can afford those injections? And you're putting a foreign body into your body, and 50% of the time the injections don't actually work. This is actually activating your own stem cells. And as I said, David's got a lot of patents. He's got a lot of scientific studies to prove that this is actually working. Beyond anecdotally what we're seeing, which is like what you've experienced, and which my testimony is different than yours because my body is different than yours.
Correct.
And so what I find with this product is it's very personalized, and everybody has their own black box. And when you activate your own stem cells, your body is your black box. Basically, inside your body is going to tell your stem cells where to go, and they're going to go to the weakest link first. So for myself, what I noticed is I was immediately sleeping better. And I knew that because I was dreaming more. After using the product for about 3 weeks, what I noticed was that I was remembering my dreams for 3 and 4 days later. Then what I noticed is I have an age spot right here on my right cheek. And I have a girlfriend who's an esthetician. We went to California together. And she looked at me after 3 weeks. She said, Onyx, your age spot is 75% smaller and 75% lighter. Then I noticed, I keep my hair short now, but I noticed my hair was growing like crazy. I now go get it cut every 2 weeks because otherwise it doesn't stay short. Then I have one of those fancy periodontal dentists who maps the pockets in your gums.
Right.
I have the map of the pockets from before X39, which is the name of the product. After I used the product for 1 year, I went back to the dentist. He started mapping the pockets in my gums. And he says to me, Onyx? I said, yeah. He said, what's going on? I said, what do you mean? He said, 75% of your pockets are gone. I said, cool. He said, well, wait a minute. Has your dental hygiene changed? And I said, no, sir, I'm sorry, it has not. And he said, well, this doesn't make any sense because as we get older, things get worse, not better. And I said, well, I've been wearing this amazing little stem cell activation patch. After 2 years of wearing this patch, I went back in. He opens my mouth and he says, wow. And I said, what does that mean? He said, these are completely healthy gums. So the black box in my body knew that my gums needed support. And so my body sent my own stem cells there. This patch doesn't cure, heal, mitigate, or treat anything. It is your body that heals itself.
So listen, I gotta give a testimony. So my buddy Dave sent me a couple of these patches, right? He says, look, just try it out, everything. I can honestly tell you, and I'm gonna put this out there because I normally don't do this because I'm a firm believer of this. I have a patch in the back of my back. So 2 things have been able to happen with me, right? This is not a cure-all. It takes, honestly, from me, from PTSD, for all the episodes and the injections I've had for combat PTSD, there's the stellium blockage, a lot of counseling, which is great. But now this patch has been able to solidify, it's kind of taking the edge off in a way where I'm calmer now. I don't get so overexcited. I can be able to explain things. I can be able to articulate things. I can focus a little bit better. I can be able to pay attention to detail where people who have ADD and depression and PTSD, they sporadically just pivot left and right. Yep. So, when I went to work out, I found the difference. So after 2 days, I said, look, dude, I'm sold. And I think that for now, putting this with the trust and credibility of my brand on this platform and utilizing it, I believe that we need to help people to understand there's no gimmick. There's no upside to this. It's pretty simple. What do you say about it?
You know what the cool thing is? It's $99 a month plus taxes and shipping. And corporate offers you a 30-day money-back guarantee. So you can try the product for 28 days. You don't like it, call corporate back and ask for your money back. They'll give you your money back. Less than 1% of the people call back and ask for the money. And
so here's a question. How do I order? So here's the thing. So if you want to order, you just look at the banner down underneath there. DM me, text me at 562-286-3111. That is 562-286-3111, or DM me on my LinkedIn profile. I'll be happy to coach you and get that for you. And we can have a candid conversation so that way we can help you out, because Onyx has been able to help me understand the product, but this is why we're having this conversation, this virtual town hall. And we have people that are like-minded like us to be able to be successful and educate you in the right way. Isn't that right, Onyx?
100%. And what I tell everybody is, look, it's a risk-free trial. Put the patch on for 28 days. You got nothing to lose and everything to gain. Everything to gain.
Why is it that people are very skeptical when we talk about things like that?
Well, this is pretty unimpressive. I mean, look at it. It looks like a little round Band-Aid, and wait a minute, you're telling me there's organic crystals in there and they have frequencies and this is gonna make a difference in my life? Well, one of the things I would tell you is the sales will show you that. The sales in this company in 2000, this product is 10 years of research and development, $4.5 million to bring it to market. And David launched it. David is the founder, he's the owner, and he's the inventor and the CEO. And David launched the product in January of 19. The company is 19 years old. But for the first 16 years, the company did approximately $20 million annually in sale. They launched this product in January of 19. I joined the last day of July of 19. We finished 2019 at $70 million. Through the pandemic, we did $140 million in sales. Through 2021, we did $280 million in sales. Last year, 2022, we finished at $320 million in sales. And in the month of February, we did $31 million in sales. If this product wasn't working for people, we would not be doing those kinds of sales. So what I would say to you all is there's plenty of science, there's plenty of patents. It's a risk-free trial. What do you got to lose?
The biggest thing that we talked about prior to going on is that it started in California, right? And I'm in California.
Well, the growth in my organization, the explosion in my organization began in California, but I've only been with the company for 3 years. Now, the explosion obviously has happened in the last 3 years. This product was launched in January of 19. I joined at the end of July of 19. And my organization is just absolutely exploding. And that's not because of me, it's because of this product. The product works.
So let me ask you, what were some heartfelt testimonies that you can remember during that time?
There's been dozens and dozens and dozens of testimonies. Literally, I have 3,000 testimonials that are recorded. But to me, I don't care about anybody else's testimonial like yours or mine. And the reason I don't is because, remember what I said, you all have your own black box. And so just because it did this for me and my body healed itself in this way, your body, the path, the amount of time, etc., will be completely different because we're all different human beings. So the only way that you're going to know what this product is going to do for you is to actually put it on.
So my whole thing is, if you like this segment of LinkedIn Perspective, share it, like it, tag it, subscribe to LinkedIn Live. And if you're interested in this type of product, as we discussed, feel free to text me. The telephone number is on the banner, 562-286-3111. That is 562-286-3111. If you have a LinkedIn profile, please DM me. I'd be more than happy to coach you. I have the supporting cast like Onyx to help you be successful so we can give you the right information for the right money that you're spending on a product. And furthermore, it's a money back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. Correct, Onyx?
Yeah, it's great. Risk-free trial. You all put this product on. Let's see if it changes your life, because I've watched it change many, many people's lives.
I've seen it myself. My wife, she's a hairstylist. She's standing on her feet most of the time. Yep. I put one on her, and then she says, I don't feel tired. I don't feel drained. And I can honestly tell you from that point on, I can say that I've been using it. I had to get a sleeve of it, right? And people, can you explain to them how that works? Or we can.
A sleeve is just the name we do for a 30-day supply. And as I said before, you're going to wear it for 12 hours on and then 12 hours off. So you wear it for 12 hours, take it off, throw it away, rest and rejuvenate, you put a new patch on the following day. People will notice a reduction in wrinkles. They'll notice that they're sleeping better. Wound healing. This is unbelievable for wound healing. I've had some, amazing. I had a girlfriend that had a car accident, and she looked like Frankenstein. What happened? It was a big car accident. She said no to all the pain medication. She put the patch on, and 45 days later, you couldn't even tell that they had cut her entire hand. It was absolutely amazing. So you'll see wound healing. You'll see recovery from sports. A lot of my girlfriends talk about, they say to me, Onyx, I don't know how to explain it, but I just feel like my old self. I'm happy again. And I always jokingly say, can you imagine a world where all the women are happy? All the men will be happy too. So the well-being tends to improve, and that's what you're personally experiencing in yourself. Now, this patch has a compounding effect in the body. So imagine where you're going to be in 6 months. Imagine where you're going to be in a year. Just like me, look at what happened with my gums. At the beginning, they were bleeding. But after 1 year, 75% of it was healed. After 2 years, the whole thing was healed.
So, I look at it, and for me, is how great timing since the pandemic, right? That something positive came up. And how many people can't be wrong, Onyx? Can you share to the audience how many people cannot be wrong on this product again?
I have no idea how, I only know what the sales are. I don't know how many distributors or customers that is. You'd have to take the 31 million and divide it by $100. And I guess you could figure out that would just be how many people purchased in February. But that doesn't talk about how many people purchased in March or purchased in January, or, it's absolutely incredible. But the thing that I love is that David gives us all a chance. Give this thing a try. You got a risk-free trial. You got a money-back guarantee. You got nothing to lose. It's an amazing product. I've seen some amazing testimonials, but it doesn't matter what it's done for somebody else. It matters what it's going to do for you. And the only way I'm going to know that is for you to wear it. So I tell everybody, put this patch on and drink water. We're all chronically dehydrated. Just be sure to drink some water.
Listen, I put it on today, right? And I can honestly tell you, I feel like my own self, a little bit more relaxed. I mean, I've had some stressful moments, but I can honestly tell you the stressful moments is like for a change, the endorphins kick in, and it resets. And I'm amazed that you can show that little product of crystals. If you can show that again in the screen, that little thing does wonders for your whole body. And people don't understand that because of the crystals, right? And just reiterate what the crystals.
It's called photobiomodulation, which is a big word for light therapy. And some of us have seen red lights. We're seeing them a lot more in spas now. We're seeing them at our dermatologists. So light therapy is becoming more and more in the norm. It's just when I found this, I had no idea you could actually do it with like what looks like a little Band-Aid. It's like crystals that have been infused with light frequencies, just like the sun is putting light frequencies on our skin.
So it's like having a sunny day in Seattle, Washington, right?
Yeah.
And get away from the June and gloom. But a lot of people don't, we understand that people are very skeptical, but that's a matter of choice, right? It's a matter.
Right.
And when they find out they have their own agenda and they want to try it out, it's good. But that's a kind of product that doesn't discriminate because, like you stated before, everybody has their own little black box, right? It's like a little HIPAA law. Everybody has their own medical conditions. No one needs to disclose it. I mean, you want to share it, just like I shared mine and you shared yours. But I think that
it's irrelevant at the end of the day. Who cares what it does for me? I want to hear what it does for you. And the only way we're going to know that is for you to put it on. Put it on.
So just give me an example. Last month, give me a month that, how many people used it or something like that off the top of your head. We don't have to go.
I have no idea because I'm not corporate and I don't have the numbers of, we're legally open in 75 countries. I have no idea how many people actually used it. My guess would be last month's sales in the United States were about $12 million.
So 75 countries, right? How did that expand in a timeline? Can you?
David, for the first 16 years, David was legally opening countries around the world in order to be able to do network marketing with his patches. This patch is the bomb. This patch took him 10 years of research and development, $4.5 million to bring it to market.
And I can tell you it is the bomb because I look at it and my wife looked at the patches. What is this thing going to do?
Yep.
Comes back to me 9 hours later and she says, whatever you're doing with this patch, I said, I didn't do anything. I just peeled and put it in your back. So for me, like I have back problems. And when I'm working out and I'm doing a lot of MMA workouts, even at this point in my life, and I can honestly tell you that has helped me in a lot of ways. And also the reduce of inflammation and the pain because I have a total replaced hip, my right hip. Yep. So those things for me put me in a position to put you on here to really educate people. It's going to be digitally recorded. And as I stated before, if you like this segment of LinkedIn Perspective, share it, like it, tag it, subscribe to LinkedIn Live, right? And if you are interested in this is going to be recorded live, but it's going to continue to be recirculating and reposting. Feel free to text me at 562-286-3111. That is 562-286-3111. I noticed that there was one segment that somebody put it on their dog or something like that.
This works on dogs, on cats, on horses. I've even seen it on chickens. You're going to see some amazing things because all of those animals have stem cells as well.
So can you enlighten the people what they don't really understand, but they're going like, what do you mean you put it on your animals? Just give them something.
So I have a girlfriend that she was at a campground and there was a dog there that was, I guess had two wheels on the back because his back legs were no longer working. So my girlfriend said, I'm going to put an X39 patch on you. So she put the patch right on the dog's collar. The next day, the lady who owned the dog is knocking on her camper going, Kathy, Kathy, Kathy. And Kathy's like, what? Come here. You got to see my dog. Her dog was no longer in that, I guess you call it a wheelchair, basically the wheels on the back leg. The dog is running around chasing a ball in the field the next day. So again, stem cells and your own stem cells are incredibly powerful, but as we age, they go to sleep. So at 30, 50% of your stem cells are asleep, and at 60, basically all of your stem cells have gone to sleep. So when we're young kids, that's why when we fall down, we heal so quickly, because we have a lot of active stem cells. As we get older, not as many active stem cells.
I think a lot of people don't know. Sorry to interrupt you, but I don't think a lot of people understand that. I think they really need to know the progression of age and how those stem cells really affect. If you can repeat that one more time so people can understand.
Sure. So at 30 years old, half of your stem cells have gone to sleep, and at 60, they're all asleep. So this product resets your genes to a younger, more youthful state because it's elevating the GHK copper peptide, and the product activates your body's own stem cells. So your stem cells will move systemically through your body looking for your weakest link. When you text, you're going to send them, I bet, a website that's going to give them more information about the product and the science and the patents. And you can see the scientific studies, and you can go take a deep dive and learn some more about this amazing product. But ultimately, everything you read, everything you see, to me, none of it matters. Put the product on. Let's see what happens. You got a 30-day money-back guarantee. That's what matters.
So my whole thing, right, for me is like, how's your life now since you've been using this? Let me ask you that. We talked offline, but I think for a single parent, a mom, an entrepreneur, I think people need to understand that to understand how the development stage that you've gone through this process.
It's a beautiful stage to go through, but what is so amazing now is I get probably 2 or 3 text messages a day from somebody that I shared this product with, and it changed their life. Like I got one today from one of my girlfriends. She said, Onyx, I have had neck pain for 11 years. I've been wearing this product now for 3 days. And she said, I can turn my neck like this. I haven't been able to do that in 11 years. Now, just because it did it with her doesn't mean it's going to do it with you in 3 days. It might do it with you in 1 day. It might do it with you in 28 days. I don't know. We're all different. And the other thing we haven't brought up, which I think we should, is this frequency patch. So what does that mean? That means nothing passes through the skin. This is not a transdermal patch. So this is not contraindicated with any prescription drugs, with any supplements, with any light therapy. You could swim in the ocean. You could sit in an infrared sauna. You can do absolutely anything. The only time we recommend that you do not use this product is if you're currently taking chemo or if you've had an organ transplant, because typically when you've had an organ transplant, the doctors are going to give you a drug that they want in your system so that the body will keep the organ that you've transplanted in. So there's a possibility, it doesn't mean it will, but there's a possibility that the X39 would detox the very medications you're paying to put in. If you're done with chemo, you can wear the X39. If you haven't started chemo yet, you can wear the X39. Once you start, we'd say don't wear it while you're doing chemo because you're paying to put the drugs in. And then once you're done, you can put on the X39 so it can help you to detox the drugs out of the system. But nothing passes through the skin. This is not a transdermal patch. It is a frequency patch.
And I'm glad you clarified. And I think the biggest thing that, when we're talking about the veteran community, right? A lot of the veterans, they're having like depression modes and things like that. And then the biggest thing that I can say, right, when it comes to the veteran community and the first responders, 9 times out of 10, when they're having mental stress or things like that, 2 things come to mind, right? High cost of insurance or high cost of pharmaceuticals or treatment. Now, we know this is not a cure-all, but I can honestly say that it kind of takes the edge. I mean, for me, that's the biggest thing. And I want to be able to share that not only with everybody else on the audience, but the first responders, the, law enforcement, and the veteran communities, combat veterans, that also that they can spend $99. What's $99 compared to getting what's your deductible when you go and see a doctor or medicine like that? I mean, what's the average cost? Like $100 or something like that?
Yeah. So you're worth it. And I want to say thank you, each and every one of you, for your service and for what you've done to help all of us.
So I think that, in closing, right, the biggest movement, as you see, what from your eyes, you see this as a movement that people are catching on. I mean, you've seen it. I mean, people are just finding a positive thing after COVID. That's the way I look at it. It's a positive thing after COVID, something they need to hang on. What do you think it is?
100%. I think people are taking control of their health again. They're recognizing the value of their health and how important it is, and they're doing something about it. And this is easy. You pull off the back, you put a sticker on it. A 5-year-old could do this. It's absolutely fantastic. It doesn't bother you. You can swim in the ocean. You can take a shower, do whatever you want with the patch on. You just wear it for 12 hours and then take it off, throw it away, rest and rejuvenate for 12 hours, and then put a new patch on the following day.
I think the biggest thing that I love, I have a little dog, right? He has a heart murmur, and I put it on there, and I got him on medication for the rest of his dog life, but I can honestly tell you that I've seen it as well. But I really, really appreciate anything else. Any closing comments for you, Onyx, for the audience as well, to leave them with something wanting.
Just thank you so much for inviting me on. And, I know that this looks a little, unimpressive, but there's plenty of science, there's plenty of patents. And, for $99 a month, I think you're worth it.
All right. So again, if you like this segment of LinkedIn Perspective Live, subscribe to the YouTube channel, LinkedIn Perspective. And also, if you like this segment of LinkedIn, share it, like it, and tag it, and make your comments known. If you're interested in this product, feel free to text me at 562-286-3111. That is 562-286-3111. And also, you can DM me and we can talk offline and we can go over the steps on a one-on-one basis, guaranteed. There's no angles on there. So we're out there to educate people, to give them an opportunity. There's things out there that can help people for a minimum cost. It's your life, it's your body, it's your black box. It's up to you to own it and take care of it. If you don't want to do it, that's okay. It's never a wrong answer, but we're having an opportunity to share something that is very important to the general, to the public, as well as the subscribers on LinkedIn. So Anna, stand by. If you like the segment, I appreciate you, Onyx, because you manage the time, and thank you very much for being on this segment of LinkedIn Perspective. But once again, if you like this segment, just subscribe it. My telephone number is on the banner, and I'll make sure that we work together. We have a team to help you out and coach you through it. And we'll talk soon again. So thanks again. Enjoy your Friday. Simplify, always beside you. Stand by, Onyx.